Hello everyone, welcome to Adobe Life. My name is Julia Masalska. Thanks all so much for joining. I can see some of you guys are back here. Akin, Valdir, Zodj, I don't know how to pronounce that. Dana, Miguel, welcome back to to Adobe Life. It's so good to see you all guys here, and today we're going to be continuing the work we did yesterday. Yesterday we started off with a branding design for a vitamin brand, so I'm really excited today to mock things up with you guys and experiment a little bit to create some kind of imaginary assets like a banner, maybe packaging. So this is going to be really exciting today. Tunch is back, welcome. Let me know where you guys are from. Glenn, Anna, so cool. Anielo, Michelle, Austin, awesome. Well, I'm in Denver, Colorado, and today it got really cold, so I'm kind of having a little goosebumps here, hoping to get warm from my studio lights. Cool, nice hair color. Yeah, I have a little bit of bluish in my hair now. So exciting. So yesterday I was really excited to see some of you guys' submissions for the Daily Creative Challenge. Today we're gonna be reviewing some of your challenges as well. Sergio, hi from Venezuela. Awesome, cool. Larry, you missed a lot yesterday, but that's okay. You can catch up, you can watch the replay, and definitely still be up to date. Cool. Anna is from Aspen, Colorado, very close by. Vikash is saying lovely t-shirt, thank you. This is not my artwork, but I really like that, so awesome. Cool. Здравствуйте from Turkey. Hey Turk. Yeah, cool. I see a lot of Turkish people here. I think it's really cool. Did you guys know, by the way, that Adobe Life is now in Australia, in Germany, and in France? It's really exciting. The team is expanding. The creative community is expanding. So really excited about that. Cool, you guys. So let's take a quick look at the Daily Creative Challenges. And when we go onto behance.net/challenge/illustrator, you can see today's challenge. It's distorting shapes. Paul Trani already introduced it to you guys. You can watch a video, watch a replay of his introduction, or you can just participate in the Daily Creative Challenge by pressing Get Started. So amazing. Hello from Egypt. Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Vikash. Everybody loves my hairstyle, so happy you guys like it. Okay, cool. So today is all about distorting shapes. Make sure to submit your daily creative challenges. In about 85 minutes, we're going to review some of those. You guys posted so much yesterday. I was really happy to see that. I was trying to put likes on all of them, but unfortunately, I was not able to go through all of them. If you really want a review from me, make sure to tag me in your post on the Discord channel. So let's take a quick look how it looks on the Discord channel. When you get into the chat, let me quickly update this page real quick. So this is how it looks. This is our channel. I think we have about 30,000 creatives, and we help each other out. We give each other feedback, and we learn from each other. So it's really amazing to participate and to be part of this creative community. And there's people from all over the world, so it's really interesting also to see how design is different in different places. Cool, awesome. All right, so this is how it looks like. We have a lot of submissions, and it's just amazing to see all of you guys here. Later on, we're going to review some of your work. Cool. That is the Daily Creative Challenge. How can you find it? You can find the challenge tab right above the chat window where it says challenge. You can go there as well. All right. If you like, you can also follow me on Behance. This is my profile. If you just look up Julia Masalska, I'm guessing you will find me, or you'll probably be I'll probably be linked in the info tab. Yes, I am. So above the chat, if you click info, you will find my profile there. You guys feel free also to follow me on Instagram. There I am just another sunny girl, and I see many of you guys yesterday followed me already. I'm keeping you guys updated. Let's take a quick look. I haven't pulled it up yet. Okay, Instagram.com. This is my favorite platform, honestly, to communicate, just because as designers we are very visual, and I also like to do some stories, you know, to explain some design processes or to update you guys about my future live streams or about my channel. I also have a YouTube channel, it's called Made, so I'm gonna keep you posted there as well. If you guys have any questions about freelancing or design, I'm also very happy to answer those. Okay, cool. Thanks, Woodval, for posting the challenge link and my link to my Instagram. Amazing. Cool. Startup Sanatana, attending from Bangalore, India. Awesome. Yeah, I have studied design partly in India. So I was at the NID, National Institute of Design, for about a year. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a great experience. I can really recommend you guys going to India and checking out the different problems people have, you know, that we weren't even thinking of. Okay, now let's jump real quick into our Illustrator file from yesterday. So we started off with this inspiration board here. Quickly, actually, let's take a look at the schedule so you guys are up to date about what's going to happen today, so you kind of you know, can stay tuned if you're interested. So we started off with Ivan Abrams and motion design. Ivan did a great job. I think he's so good at explaining After Effects so easily. Vudoval then kicked off the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. Jason Levine did some video editing with you guys, and then Paul Trani kicked off the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge. And now it's always introduced at 11:30 a.m. instead of 1 p.m. or 1:30 p.m. So it's really great because it's right before the graphic design stream. And now you have the pleasure to have me until 2 p.m. Pacific time, and then Kyle Webster is going to do a draw along. He's really good, so I can really recommend to check him out at 2:30. And at 3 p.m. Design off with Vudoval and Alex Lazaris. It was so much fun watching you guys yesterday. It's really fun. Vudoval is always very funny to watch. All right, let's jump into our file from yesterday. So we started off with basically nothing. We started off with these 4 pictures as inspirations. We decided to create a color palette that's more subtle, that is not too bright, and as a contrast to that, we use this yellow tone here that we created a couple options of. So it's also already going more into lime green. Yeah, Shanda is saying, I love this. Awesome, thank you so much. Cool. Ali's asking what I do while running out of ideas. I usually go for a walk with my dog. I have a very cute, very playful dog, and she always makes me happy, and being happy is always very inspirational for me, because I kind of let go of my, you know, of the pressure that I sometimes feel when I'm working on a design project. And just being in nature, hiking, remembering what's important in life, bungee jumping, all the extreme stuff that kind of makes you remember, okay, there's things that are more scary in life than this, so you really should be relaxed about that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Ashi's saying, I love the palettes. Yes, we kind of have this little chaos here, and we also created some patterns. Guys, I really haven't worked on this, so because I just want you to see the honest process. Thank you. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's jump into the libraries. As you remember, we went onto the color.adobe.com page where I got some color inspirations. Let's check it out real quick. color.adobe.com. Adobe.com. There we go. Okay. So here, this is a page where you can get either extractions from different pictures, or you can create your own color palette here with a color wheel, or you can extract the theme, as I said, from a random file. You can just really drag and drop it. I'm just taking a file from my screen and just drag and drop it, so easy. And then you already have the color palette picked out from this picture. And here you can move the different sliders and adjust your color palette. And when you click save, it saves automatically to your CC libraries, which is really, really amazing. Okay. Yeah. Farhan is saying you should make a course on logo designing. Yes, I do have live streams on my YouTube channel as well. So check them out. I create little things like, I don't know, like a perfume label or something like that. And I also do a little bit partially logo design. But yeah, that's a great tip. I'm definitely gonna get a little bit more into that. Cool. Philippe is saying the new hair color matches your eyes. Yeah, I'm also trying to experiment a little bit more with other colors. It's like a mask that you can keep on for 20 minutes in case you want to know, and it washes out after a couple days, so it's great. I'm not the person to, you know, experiment too wildly, but this is just enough for me. Okay, so here you can also extract gradients, which is also amazing. It's a new feature. What I used yesterday was the trends. Oh no, actually, yeah, I did use the trends, and I also used the extraction from the picture, because I use the picture from our inspiration board. Okay, so here on the trends, you will see, it's loading right now, you will see the different industries and different inspiration boards, and from those pictures and the boards you can basically extract the color theme. And let's take a look, for example, at fashion. You have all this fashion photography here, and if you click on view more, you will be able to see more of that. And then the according color palettes, they're loading right now. I don't know, you guys, this internet, did it get affected by the coronavirus, or is it only me? Because I feel like it was way faster before all the people stayed at home. Yeah, so here you will see all the different color palettes extracted from the images. It's a really, really cool tool I can recommend you guys using. All right, let's get back to our Illustrator file. So I promised you guys we're going to create a library, right, for our brand assets. Let's take a look at our brand assets. We have all these different shapes, right, and we can use them all in different ways. So what we can do here is we can just simply, let me see a shape that I didn't. So you take this shape, right? You select it and drag and drop it into your library. And boom, this is that easy. You can also put your inspiration pictures in here. Boom. And they're all there. And you can even put typefaces in it. So let's say I have this little word here. And boom. There we go. We have the text. And it's already kind of connected to the typeface you were using. So if I open it in Photoshop, you can still edit the text. Yeah, and this is basically as easy as it gets. This is how you create your library. And so my library is called Vitamin Brand. Let's rename it. Can I rename it here? I might be able, yes, rename. So I'm gonna call it Lively. Yesterday I was pronouncing it wrong all the time. And then somebody told me that it's lively, not lively. I was calling it lively all the time. Sorry. I'm new to the US. My pronunciation is not perfect yet, but getting there. Okay, Lively Vitamin Brand. So the idea with this is we have different colors, different shapes. For now, what I want to do is I would like to create different arrangements of those shapes so we can use a whole graphic that we can paste on our label, for example, or put into our poster. Okay, all right, just quickly checking if you guys have any questions. Okay, Bernadette is asking, can you tell me please which site is that for the industry color trends? It's color.adobe.com. All right. Yeah. Fred is saying, I hope you are all fine. Yes, I hope you're fine too. Cool. All right. Tunch, you had some really great work yesterday on Discord. I really liked it. Okay, all right. So let's create a couple more artboards and pretend they're our labels, right, for our packaging. So if you think about it, let's take a look at this packaging, for example. This label goes all around the bottle, right? So what we have to do is, if we create something like this, is we have to measure the height and the width of this label, or how wide is it, does the label have to be to wrap around the whole bottle. So I'm assuming this is 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 inches 4 inches wide and about 3 inches, let's say 4 by 3 inches. And now I'm just going to create a board, a new artboard here. Okay, so we have it in point setup, no problem. This is just for us to get an idea. So I'm just gonna do a very approximate measurement. Of course, you can also change the measurement to 2 inches. Let's see, document setup. Here you can pick inches. Let's do that real quick, just for the sake of showing you guys how that works. Okay, now we click on our artboard tool again, and here our artboard is already selected. Okay, so now I can, for example, say it's 4 inches wide and 3 inches high, right? So when you're creating prints, it's very important to really stay with the exact size. But for now, since it's just a digital presentation, I'm just going to proportionally drag and resize it. You can proportionally resize it if you hold Shift while clicking and dragging. So now I have the same proportions, just a little bit bigger, because our artboards are kind of big already, so we kind of want to keep the same sizes or the same proportions. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna pretend this is my bottle label, right? So for now, I'm just going to try and see how I can combine these elements so it looks interesting. I might want to go ahead and create some kind of orientation for myself. Let's say this is our bottom part. This is our bottom part. Okay, this is not visible now just because it's the same color. Okay, now let's go ahead and grab some more from up here. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I don't know, but I feel like with abstract elements like this, you can never go wrong because you can always interpret something into them. So think about it, our label. So it begins in the back of the bottle, right? And it also ends at the end of the bottle. So meaning the center of this label is our front part of the bottle that is going to be visible on the shelf. Meaning if I quickly turn it around, you will see that all the descriptions, everything is on the back side, just because it's not the most important information. The most important information is what is the brand, what is the product, what is inside, like really quickly a description, how many, or what's the weight. And then here we have some icons that are showing it's vegetarian, it's plant-based, it's gluten-free, it's women-owned. So all the different icons that kind of describe the brand or the qualities of the product. So we're going to do basically the same. We're going to take the orientation of the front part. So let's make a little guideline for ourselves. Let's say this is the front part, right? This is what people will see. And then for the rest, you will have to turn it around to the sides. All right, so cool. So this is our little orientation box. So this is going to be the front side, and of course we're going to put our logo on the front side. Let's quickly copy paste it and make it, I would make it maybe the same color as this. For example, like that. I want to make it nice and centered here at the top. Okay, what is it? We don't have any descriptions here. We don't really know what this product is about, right? So let's add some information about the product. I'm just gonna go ahead and copy the information here from this. So let's take our Forma DJR banner typeface and copy paste it to our new artboard. And again, I'm going to make it in the same color just because this color is really dark, so it creates a good contrast. But on the other hand, it's not black, you know, it's not exactly the same, the black color. We could also make the decision and you know, make all the information and print it in black just so it stands out. But let's see, we can experiment with that. So this typeface, of course, I'm going to make smaller because this is just, you know, information that's not supposed to be read exactly at the beginning. Okay, let's say it says whole body reboot. I'm just copying the copy here from my vitamins. But of course, you can sit down and think about things, what your brand represents. For example, since this brand is women owned, so they are kind of trying to highlight this feminist aspect, and this brand is also targeted to women, and that's why they're naming it something like Glow Girl or Beauty Has No Age or Sleeping Beauty. So it's all targeted towards women, right? But what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna take a couple things from here. Okay, let's say whole body reboot, right? Okay. You guys can also suggest me if you can think of any other names for our vitamins. Okay. Anthony has a question. How's it going, Julia? When designing the label, what are the main aspects you pay attention so it can be balanced with the front panel? I don't know what you mean by front panel. I'm assuming you mean the front part. So I would definitely extend the shapes and the colors towards the back, just because if you want to turn it, you still want to have a nice experience, right? You still want to see, oh yeah, okay, the brand continues. It's not just the front part that's designed and the back is just text or you know, information that's not even readable. So you really want to keep it all in the same look. So it's a holistic experience of the brand while even turning the bottle. Okay, cool. All right, so we have girl power, we have energize and refresh. Okay, I'm gonna quickly collect all your ideas. Energize and refresh. Okay. Girl power. I like this. Initially we say that the brand is targeted towards men and women, but there can be sometimes vitamins or supplements that are targeted, or I mean they're created for a female body or for a male body. By the way, for all of you guys who are watching, I can see some of you guys are commenting on the YouTube page. Make sure to head over to behance.net/live and participate in the chat there. That's when I'm answering the questions. Yeah. Okay, cool. Vikash is saying he has 7 years of experience in packaging and labeling. That is great. I think it's a great tool to know. Okay, all right, so in terms of warnings or things that have to be on the packaging, you really have to look for your own region. Even the different states in the US have different regulations. So I believe here what we have is what has to be there is supplement facts is a must-have, and there is even, I know there is a website where you can create your own your own little part that you put on the packaging. Basically your own little table of contents. And it has to be in this typeface, and it has to look exactly the same. You cannot adjust the colors. So the challenge for designers sometimes is to put those elements on the packaging, but still kind of remain the aesthetics of the product and of the brand. So I think here they did a really good solution on that by putting it on the back, of course. And there is also, of course, very important, the barcode, just because the product will be scanned by the store or so. And then I think it's important to have some kind of, for example, here it says medical doctor research certified status. So it's kind of like a certification or kind of like a like a certificate that kind of shows that this product is good and might be helpful or showed some results. So that's important. So different industries require different things, and also the material, of course, very important. If you have something that is edible, you have to use certain kind of materials for the packaging that are that you can use for edible products. There is a ton of regulations. Make sure to and of course the expiration date, very important. Make sure to figure out for your own region. Yeah. Yes, Ashi, good point. Is it animal tested? No animals were harmed. This is a really good point to add. Yes, barcode, batch number, expiration date. Yes, correct. Steve is saying the text is always super tiny on bottles. I agree, but there is also regulations for that. What's the smallest text size that can be used on a packaging like this? I believe the more intense the medication, the more accessible it has to be to different age groups. For example, if you have heart medicine that you can buy at at any supermarket, it definitely should be accessible to read for people who have bad vision or who are a little bit older and they're not seeing that well anymore. So for sure. And also, of course, for blind people, I don't know if you ever heard of Braille, this typeface that they use for blind people. It contains dots, and so for some products they also use that, just because it's more accessible, and it's great to design accessible products. I mean, why not? Why not? Yes, Tunj, good point. If there's alcohol or not, of course. Okay, Ruchita is asking how to find images that can support a logo or a brand. So I recommend either using stock photography, which is a very cheap solution most of the times. There's of course very expensive stock photography when it comes to large prints, just because the resolution has to be a certain amount. I use Unsplash a lot for introducing brands to my clients if they don't want to spend the money yet. So I'm using that to kind of show how the brand should feel or look. So it's called unsplash.com. It's a free source. All the images are free. You can donate there. So for example, let's say travel. Okay, let's say travel. And then you go ahead and find different travel pictures, and you can use those for free, royalty free. And there's some amazing photos. There's amazing lifestyle pictures. So for proposals and so on, I would use that. But if it comes to really creating brand photos, I would really go with a photographer and create custom photography for that brand, just because it looks more professional and nobody else can never use it. I think the worst thing ever is if you have two insurance companies and they're kind of competing against each other, but they're using the same stock photography, which is kind of unprofessional. So that's something I would definitely avoid. Yeah. Good to see you, Akansh. Felipa. Free pick. Yeah, there is also, of course, you can also go on to Adobe Stock. There is also stock photography here. There's a lot. There's also templates and 3D models and all of that. Let's say fashion. Fashion. Yeah. Reminds me of traveling. Watching all these Unsplash travel photos. Okay, so now you can see there is a lot of stock pictures here also on stock.adobe.com. Funny grandma. Okay, all right, let's get back to this. Okay, we have girl power, we have energize and refresh, whole body reboot. All right, let's say we can separate those into different labels, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy paste this. Let's say we're gonna have 3 labels. And they're going to have different feels to them, different different ways of you know, approaching the vitamin. So let's say we're going to have these 3 colors. We can also go ahead and pick one of these. I think that works better. Okay, so let's see. Energize and refresh. I think this looks more like whole body reboot, more like calm, like night vitamins, like magnesium, for example. Okay, so I'm gonna remove all the other ones and I'm gonna keep whole body reboot. Then this is going to be girl power, just because it is looking pink. And energize and refresh with this limey color. All right. Okay, so let's try and okay, for our imagination, what I also sometimes do is I pretend this is a real bottle and this is what I see. So then I'm gonna go ahead and just pretend this is the top of the bottle and this is how it looks like, just so I have kind of a feeling for the proportion. Excuse me. I have to take a sip of my green magic smoothie because it disappears. Okay. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and do the same thing for the others. Oops. Copy paste, and we're gonna do the same color. So here we already have kind of an imagination how the bottle will look like, right? If you look at this, you can kind of imagine, okay, all right, so this is going to be the bottle and this is going to be the other part of the label. Okay, so let's go ahead and make these all 3 same size. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger size, and I am going to go for a lighter version, and I'm going to go for a little bit more padding, kerning, something like that. Okay, all right, it already kind of looks like something. Now let's play with our little objects here. Okay, let's say this is here. It can be something like that. Let's add our lines. We can create some new lines. What we can also do is we can create objects that flow all over the product line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna create something like this. Oops. Let's go ahead and create a new one. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so my mouse can do one line at the same time. Okay, I think my tool options, so I was telling you guys yesterday about tool options. For some reason they didn't show up yesterday, but now they do. So here you can, if you select the pencil tool, you can select the tool options here from accurate to smooth. Accurate means it will take exactly the line that you draw, and smooth is that it smoothens it up a little bit and makes it more you know, more balanced. All right, so now let's try again. Yeah, it did smooth out a little bit, but not quite as much, which I really like. So let's do this. Let's create a rectangle that is going to be cut by this line, by this brand line that is going to go all over the products. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I am going to go ahead and divide it. So now you can't see it, but it is there. Let me make this white, or almost white. Okay, this is our shape, right? And it contains of two shapes, the top part and the bottom part. Now I don't want the top part. I'm just going to, for now, I'm just going to move this away. Maybe I can use it another time. Okay, I'm going to ungroup those so they don't move together. Bye-bye, see you later. And I'm going to put this one in the back. Okay, not quite in the back. Maybe I'm gonna put this one in the back. All right, so now you can see we have some kind of shape that that connects all the packaging, right? So it goes throughout the line of our products. And again, these are supposed to be our bottles, and we're just imagining how our design looks. Let me make this a little bit better so it's easier to imagine for you guys. Let's go ahead and create a rectangle like this, and I'm going to pick this one and this one, and I'm going to create a little bottle shape for y'all. All right, maybe that's better now. Yes, I think that helps a lot. What do you guys think? Oops, forgot to copy. And make sure meanwhile to work on your daily creative challenges. That is going to be awesome to review them in a little bit. Okay, now it looks more like a bottle, right? So we can better imagine. Let's make it even better. Let's make it even better. Like this. A little bit rounded, a little bit more natural. What you can also do is you can go ahead and take your elements to Dimension and place them directly on a 3D object. I have seen similar bottles in Dimension as well, so you can do that too. And now let's take this shape and let's just make it a little bit, you know, more aligned to our artboards and more divided to the different products. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it out. I'm gonna cut it out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and these are basically our cutting shapes, and I'm gonna cut them out of this big whole shape. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do divide again, and now there's different ways to do this, but I think this one always works for me, and bam, there we go. Now we have, I'm gonna ungroup those. Now we have these shapes standing by themselves just to better imagine the packaging. and send to back. Bye bye. And send to back. There is also a shortcut for that, but I am using my German keyboard sometimes, and there it's different. So I'm just doing that for now. Okay, so we can kind of imagine, all right, this is our label, right? This is our label. For the fun of it, let's just add some bottoms of the bottle as well, so we have better imagination. And transform, reflect, horizontal, bam. Look, it already kind of looks like a little bottle. It's also not a bad way to present. I mean, I can literally take this part, I mean, of course, make it a little bit more precise, take it into Photoshop, add some shadows and highlights, and it will look more three-dimensional. And I can already use this as a presentation for my product. Okay, let's make the bottle the same size, the same color, sorry. So we can really see how the brand is developing. See, we have 3 different products. They all have their own color. They're kind of similar in the way we use the shapes. So now let's play with the shapes. What can we do here to make them stand for themselves, but kind of still have this connection? Yeah, cool. Yeah. I kind of just saying I forgot to change the colors at the bottom at the top. Yes, I did now. Okay, Bernadette is saying nice, thank you. Ruchita is saying trim view. Yes, there is something like that. It's I believe in view, trim view right there. If you go to view and trim view, you can see how it looks. These are our labels. There we go. Yes, I like to use that sometimes, but I like to see my other objects that are outside the artboards as well, because sometimes they can get lost and then you'll never find them again. All right, I believe this one is a little, let's experiment a little bit more with shapes, or maybe something like this could work. Okay, let's add some lines. We had some lines before. I believe they're pretty cool to use for something like that. And they make it a little bit more playful. We can add we can put some of the elements in the background. Let's put this one. Let's put this one at the front, arrange, bring to front. And then let's say put this one send backward. Oh no, never mind. Send, bring to front. There we go. All the elements are basically like layers of paper, like a transparent paper where the object is on, but the object of course is not transparent. So that's how you have to imagine this. And if you want to see it like that here, you can also open the layers panel. Not very organized at this time. I usually use the layers more in Photoshop to when I'm editing photos, for example. I had the pleasure to work with Panda Express retouching their photos, which was super fun, and also with Jameson Whiskey. Some lifestyle pics that I had to retouch. It was awesome. Okay, yeah, I would love to put this in Dimension. But I'm a little scared that my computer might not make it, so we are just gonna go ahead and mock up in Photoshop. Cool. Ethan is asking, love the colors. What are your thoughts on using tints and shades of those colors? Does that make it too confusing and detailed? No, of course not. I mean, I could definitely go ahead and, for example, here with the line work, I could copy paste it. And, for example, arrange it right next to my other line and make it a different color. Let's say, make it a little brighter. And look, it already creates some kind of three-dimensionality and it looks more exciting. I like it. I actually like this idea. Let's try it a little bit. Let's play with this. Okay, let's go ahead here and pick a darker color. But as you can see, this becomes very dominant very quickly, right? You can see, like, if you look at the packaging, you will definitely look at this first because it pops out. It looks more three-dimensional. So yeah, if it works, do it. For now, I'm gonna stay simple, and I'm going to try to avoid that. Okay. I'm playing with the shapes just to see what they do, and what they do and how they behave with each other. You know, how I can make it look interesting. I kind of like this already. I don't know. It's just a feeling. Let me reflect this real quick. There is also a shortcut for this. Let's look it up. Transform, reflect. Okay, I forgot. What is also really cool, you guys who are just starting working with Illustrator, what I did when I was a student, I printed a sheet, like a cheat sheet for shortcuts for Illustrator, and that was really helpful to learn them, just because every time I was looking at it, and you know, that moment when you're thinking about something and you look at your front wall or whatever note or your window, whatever you have in front of you at your work desk. And so if you hang those there, you will definitely look at them all the time, and you will use those more and more. So that's really helpful. Someone is asking, what kind of design is more suitable, illustration, image, or abstract design? It always depends. I mean, this is illustration and this is abstract too. So images, I feel like you use more for billboards or for the website. For packaging, you barely use images, just because the print process is can be quite complex at times, and to print images is not always the best solution. So for my packaging, I usually work with vector artwork and not with images. Godfrey saying, I love this. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's coming along pretty well. I love the colors already. I think they're pretty neat. What we can do is, oh, I have an idea. Oh, we forgot the yellow. We forgot the yellow. Okay, something like that. Okay, we're gonna play around with this. I promise this is not the end. This is not done yet. Okay, any more questions, guys? Noah's asking, are you going to add other elements like text, barcode, etc.? Yeah, sure, we could do that. Totally. I would even add a barcode over here, just because it's in the back and you don't really see it. So, and it's a white space. I'd rather do that instead of going into my colorful artwork here. So to create barcodes is actually very easy. I'm not sure about regulations there, but I think you have to register a barcode, and as soon as you have the barcode, you just go onto this site. I think there is a site for create barcode free. I did that before. It was very interesting. And you have to consider those are different products, right? Barcodes also are there to track how many of the products have been sold. So if you, for example, are the owner of this brand, of this Lively brand, so if you're the owner of this brand, you want to know how much each store sold of which vitamin, just so you can track the popularity and you know, so the store knows, okay, we have only 2 girl powers left and we need more of those. And if you have all the same barcodes, you cannot track that. So every single product in the product line has to have their own product barcode. Okay. Tanya is saying you were so informative. Thank you. Well, thank you. Ali's saying those packagings are so cute. Yeah, right? They're kind of youthful with those colors. Okay, awesome. All right, guys, so let's go quickly and do the barcode. Where is our site here? Free online barcode generator right there. Of course, we have to type something here. Let's say lively. Let's see how that looks. Okay, we need a label designer. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you can also place your order. We're not gonna do now. I don't know, it doesn't seem that free to me anymore. Well, anyway, you guys get what? Oof. Okay, let me just quickly do this. I'm just gonna take a screenshot out of that. And we have our barcode already. Okay, so that should work for now. Let's do this. Okay. Where is it? Oh, there. Okay. There we go. There's our barcode. It can be something like that for the beginning, you know? It doesn't have to be 100% already confirmed barcode. It can be anything. You can even make your own lines with different thicknesses. Okay, and then of course we also need our table of contents. Okay, let's see if we can find any random one. Vitamin table of contents. I'm just gonna do the same. I'm just gonna take a screenshot. Ekansh is asking, maybe try making the barcodes with colors. Does that scan in the machine? Nope, it doesn't. It has to be very, very high contrast and best case scenario black and white. So it is very difficult, and that's the reason they also do this little box here. Hopefully you can see that. Let me see on the screen if you guys can see that. So they usually do this little white box. You know how all the fashionistas on the internet. So they do this little white box around the barcode just so it's scannable. But if you look at my artwork, it's really colorful and I don't want to destroy it with a barcode, so I kind of put it at the top. I can also move it away a little bit, so it's kind of like right there in the corner. Let's do the same thing with the other two. All right. Okay, so now let's go back into the table of contents. Let's see what we can find here. Something that looks similar to what I'm imagining. Okay, let's see vitamin C table of contents. Okay, it all looks very different from what I need. I don't think we can find this. Oh yeah, supplement facts. There we go. There we go. That is something I could use. What I like to do sometimes is just, hey, where is it? Where'd it go? I like to drag and drop pictures from the internet, but it doesn't always work. So I'm gonna have to save this image. Save. All right, now give me my image. Give me my image. Wow, it takes long to download. Okay, let's continue working on our designs here for a while, and then we can see. Okay, let's do something different. I would like to create something new here. Let's go ahead and choose our pencil tool. Tool options. I'm gonna go very smooth. Smooth operator. Na 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 na. I love all the 80s, 90s songs. I don't know, I've been so into it. What's your guys' favorite music? Cool. Carol is saying, made some Adobe vitamins there on my Behance page. Yeah, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, vitamin Illustrator, vitamin Photoshop. Definitely very necessary vitamins for designers. Na, 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 na. Okay, creating more blobs, just so we have some variety of blobs. Just a little variety of blobs. Okay, so now for us to better imagine this, let's create a little box around this, make it transparent, and put all of these inside. Make clipping mask. That's what I want to do, correct. And now we can go, if we double click, we can go into this clipping mask and we can still edit all the objects. Let's see, let's say we're gonna do something like that. Okay, you have a better imagination now, just because, you know, the object ends here and it doesn't go onto the bottle anymore. Let's make this a little smaller. And let's go ahead and bring this one to the front. I can't just sing Beatles all day. Anthony saying Sade was my wedding choice. Oh, I love Sade. So good. So good. I can't just asking, are you using a graphics tablet? I have an iPad. I use that. I sketch with my iPencil. And then what I use, I just want to show you what I'm using here. So I'm using what's it called? Tab, whatever. So I'm using that when my mouse is dead, but usually I'm using my mouse. And I'm using my keyboard. Kachik is saying it looks great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm not sure about the elements that we have here yet, but we will see soon, hopefully, how this is gonna come out. Now let's add some more color here. Okay, I know where this went. I know where this went. It went to the back. Send this to back. There we go. Na 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 na. I hope you guys can hear my music well, and my background sounds, my background beats. Actually saying all music from all over the world. Yeah, I can sing trackpad. Yes, that's a trackpad, correct. I completely forgot how it's saying, what is it called? Voodoo is saying I listen to a lot of Punjabi music. Oh yeah. Yeah. Na 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 na. Yeah, I love it. When I went to India, I went to a Punjabi wedding. So good. Oh my god, those guys are having so much fun. So much fun. All right. Na 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 na. Now I have in Germany you say earworm or worm. If you have a song playing over and over in the back of your head, you can't help it. Sometimes I wake up with a song and it's really difficult to get rid of it. What about you guys? What was your last song that got stuck in the back of your head? Oh, by the way, in about 30 minutes, we're going to review some of your designs. Tyler's asking, what music do you have playing in the back? Okay, so I think it might be a little not very loud. Let me quickly adjust this, make it a little bit louder for you guys, so you have a couple tunes in the back. Okay, cool. All right, so let's continue with this. We're kind of a little behind in our design process. Okay. Yes, Candy's saying command plus yes to bring front and vice versa. Yes, I'm not using the shortcuts right now because I always get confused with the German ones. I also use my laptop with a German keyboard, and there it's a little bit different. So yeah. And Suman is asking, when you find different style of product design of a single product, how do you manage the layout and how do you represent your design to the client? Okay, so what I do is, So right now, if I have these three, for example, I would create an artboard for each and put them on different slides. And I would, while showing the design, I would highlight what the benefits are and what my thought process was. For example, I would for example say the bottle color represents the night's sleep, and here this light pink color represents girl power, and this citrusy color represents energize and refresh. I feel like it would make sense. So just trying to make it understandable for the client what your thought process was, by also showing him the visuals. Yeah, and then I would definitely separate the logo design presentation from the packaging design presentation, just because they're two very big topics, and sometimes when the client has to make too many decisions, it's hard for them. So you want to make it as simple as possible, give them as little possible options as possible, but also kind of still creating a variety so they can pick from. And that's why I do multiple rounds of revision, just because the first round kind of has an output of just 2 or 3 concepts, and from 2 or 3 concepts is very easy to decide which one. Usually it's the mix between one or two, or the mix of all of them. Did you guys have an experience where you had to combine your design concepts? I feel like every designer had that experience once at least. Let me know. She's saying, I'm listening to old songs. New songs don't sound the same to me anymore. Same here. And also, I feel like the lyrics kind of lost quality, and the songs are getting produced just to make money and not represent any feelings and any, I don't know. It's just not the same anymore, as you say. But it's great that we still have the music. And I was listening recently. I looked up on my Spotify playlist. I looked up 1996 Billboard charts. So that was great. It was great memories of my childhood when my mom took me to. So in the Ukraine, we always went to the Black Sea to vacation, and we did that once a year. And so my mom always took me to this disco for kids, where all the kids are basically dancing. So and I've been listening to all this 90s music, and it's great memories to remember. Cool. Ryan is asking, how much do I have to pay to get a butterfly on that bottle? Very expensive. But I mean, there's also ways to accommodate your client, because in the end, your client also has to like it and be proud of the product, right? So it's always important to find a solution that kind of fits both worlds. You as a professional, and them as somebody who has a certain imagination for their brand that they're literally standing for. Yes, it's the Krim. Nikita is saying it's the Krim. It's basically south of Ukraine, and it's like a half island where people usually vacation in the summer. So yeah, great memories there. I kind of like this background and foreground thing here. I just think that this shape is a little dominant. This color is a little too much. So I might want to go ahead and change this color up. Let's see what else we have here. Maybe some of this. Yes, I think this is better, just because before this color was really, really dominant and dark. Okay, this is kind of cool. I'm kind of satisfied with this for now, with this packaging. The other ones we have to go through a little bit. Okay, so here I might wanna go ahead and create more line work. Oops. Okay, so if you have your tool, if you have your pencil on too smooth, it doesn't really create any waves, so I want to avoid that and create a little bit more waves. And then I create a similar one, but not quite the same. Oops. Let's make this a color. And let's create a similar one, but not the same one. It's a little bit more wavy, a little bit more crazy. Okay, now we're gonna do the blend again. Select both the curves and go on to Object, Blend, Make. And then we're going to go into Object, Blend, Blending Options. And here we can define the steps. So let's say we want to have 20 steps. We want to have it more crazy. More crazy, yes. Crazy is good. Okay, now let's bring this one to the front. Honestly, I feel like this mask is a little disturbing for me right now, so arrange, bring to front. Actually, let's leave the lines in the front. Okay, okay, this is interesting. It looks refreshing to me. It feels like I'm swimming in the ocean and I see some, I don't know, some rocks. What are you guys thinking? Udavala is saying, I love those waves. Thank you. Yeah, there is a little randomness here. But yeah, as long as you use similar shapes on all of them, they will all belong together. The packagings. The packagings, they're like brothers and sisters. They don't always look exactly the same, but you can tell they're family. Right? So let's do the same thing here. Object, blend, make. Okay, it does look similar. Oops. It does look similar, but not quite the same. That's the important part. All right, whole body reboot. Same thing. Creating a line. As you can see, I'm kind of a little bit following the shape that we've created earlier, but not quite. Okay, let me bring this one a little closer just so the distance between the lines is the same. And again, I'm going to select both the lines and Object, Blend, Make. And since I have the same presets for all of them, they all look quite similar, which is what I wanted. Going to bring this closer to here. Okay. Yeah, it's coming out slowly, slowly. Okay, I'm going to lock this. To lock something, I usually lock things just so I can work with other objects that are usually located in front or behind the object I want to lock. To lock something, you click Command and 2 on the Mac. I don't know about Windows. So now when I'm clicking on the objects below, I don't have no trouble with the objects above. Alright, so what I want to do now is I kind of want to bring this behind. Okay, let me go ahead and bring these, all of these to the back. Arrange, center back. Okay, I like that this pink one is kind of still in the front. Okay, now let's see. Oh, well, our other object got lost a little bit. Oh yeah, because it's the same color. Okay, let's make it a different color. Let's make it that. Quite dark though. Let's see how that works. Ooh, I kind of like this also. This looks really cool too. Look, little accident, but completely changed the whole design. I'm actually liking this. Could be a variation for the client. Could be one with this thing. and one without. That could already be a variation. Okay, I kind of like this so far. This is coming out as I please. What are you guys thinking? Julia is asking, hi Julia, so good to see you. Julia is my friend from Germany. We studied together. Can you explain why you decided to use a non-objective art for vitamins? I missed out the idea behind it. Okay, so my idea is to use abstract elements, like these blobs as we call them, to kind of transmit not the exact shape of what it is, but to transmit a feeling of how the vitamin feels on your body. So that's the reason why I'm also picking different colors for all of these. And here this lime green is more energizing, and that's why it's a vitamin that energizes and refreshes. It can be vitamin C. We'll define it a little bit later because this is just for us as an experiment. Then this color here stands for gold power, and this color is more like a night. Good night, bye-bye, sleeping, whole body reboot. You know, your body's recharging through the night, that kind of vitamin. So it's all about how a vitamin feels and what it does to your body. Okay. Okay, any other questions? Rotate the pink one. Yeah, might rotate that. Now it looks like an animal. Let's try the other way. Now it looks like a heart. Huh, I kind of like this. Yeah, good idea. Thanks for the tip. Yes, Vikash is asking, are you making a mockup in Photoshop or any 3D software? Yes, we can do that. So let's jump into Photoshop shortly. Let me just finalize this one real quick. I know we don't have a lot of time left, but excuse me. Trying to make the best of this design. It's not easy to design something in only 4 hours. Bring to front. Okay. Excuse me, I'm talking so much. I have to take a little sip again of my magic drink. Ooh. Okay. All right, guys and girls, let me remove this one real quick. I'm gonna lock my waves so they don't disturb me anymore. And again, these objects here, we can also, I'm gonna release this mask and remove this guy because he's really dominant and dark. Oh, actually, let me do something like this and color it that. So what we can do here, after this, we can take the whole artboard and use it as an asset, excuse me, in our library. So I'm going to put this one to the back also. Okay, this is kind of interesting. As you can see, it's all very random, right? It's not very much organized, but it still kind of looks appealing. Now let's do this. I don't know which color have we missed here. Let's do the dark one. Okay. And let's bring these to the back. Okay, it's kind of looking out, like saying hi. Hello. Hello, little shape there. Whoops. Hello, little shape. All right. Cool. All right, let's add some more information here so it looks a little bit more legit. Lovely. Let's add vitamins here so we know what this is. So we know what this is all about. And you know what I like to do is when I'm creating brands, just because it looks more legit again. I like to add the little R mark here. So let's do that real quick. I'm gonna choose a really tiny typeface, really tiny. Or we cannot. We might have this in. Oh yeah, we do. Let's pick another typeface. Medium. Okay, that works. That works good enough for me. I'm going to outline this by pressing Command Shift and O, and now I have my little symbol here outlined. And admit it, it does look more legit with this little R. All rights reserved. There we go. Kind of does look more legit, right? Okay, let's do this everywhere now. I'm gonna put this R a little bit. I don't want it to stick out too much, so I'm going to put this around here. And a little bit further away from our logo. And a little smaller, just because the proportion is a little extreme. Okay, now let's copy and paste it everywhere else. I'm just gonna paste it manually and put it where it belongs. There is a better way to do this, to just create the logo with the R first and then okay. So to paste and place, you copy an object, for example this one, copy, then you go to the artboard where you want to paste it in place, click on the artboard, click Command Shift and V on the Mac again. This is a very simple design so far. There is probably much more information that you have to add onto a packaging, but for now this is for us just, you know, just a little example on how the brand could look like. Okay, now let's make sure these are all on the same level, and I'm gonna highlight all of those, select all of those, and I'm going to align them vertically at the top so they are all at the same level. Okay, now let's remove our little box here so we can export our labels. Okay, of course there's a lot of information missing. It would look more real if the information was there. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to take the whole artwork here. Of course we can also export this. If we do File, Export as, usually do PNGs. We can also do just JPEG, and then I'm going to export it to my desktop. Organize people, put it in a folder. Yeah, great idea. You can add multiple plus signs with reduced opacity for a little geometric touch. Yes, it does make sense. I really like the idea. It's just we're running a little bit out of time, so we are going to keep it very simple. Okay, so we have our designs here. What we can also do is we can just grab the whole thing, put it into our library, and we have the design right there. And we can do the same thing with all the others. Bam. And bam. All right, so let's close our Illustrator and go into Photoshop. Let me drag this here real quick. There. Photoshop. So I've already downloaded a little mockup here. It's a free mockup I found on Behance. I can show you guys real quick if you're interested. Oops, that's not it. I had it here. It's right here on this page, Omer Pass, and you can download it for free if you're interested. Okay, now, so this is a typical file in Photoshop that you can edit. So here's a very great organization of all the layers, as you can see. So this person created a mask and then artwork that you can replace. You can change the cap color and the bottle color. So let's do this. Let's go to the artwork. Double click on this little window here, and then a new window will pop up. Okay, I just created a rectangle for some reason. Yes, I don't need this. Okay, so this is our artwork. Here it's already placed on the bottle, so all I have to do here is replace this artwork with mine. So what I'm gonna do is, for now, I'm just gonna make those invisible and create a new layer. You can also, there's a little plus sign here at the bottom where you can create a new layer. And here I already have my library. Look, how cool is that? I can just take my assets. Let me, all right. Okay, as you can see, I have my assets here already, so I can just drag and drop it. How cool is that? Okay. I'm going to zoom in. Since I have not been working in the same proportions, I will have to zoom in quite a bit. But let's see how that works out. I'm so excited. Move it down so you don't see this. Okay, maybe a little bit lower even. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm also gonna create a white, a simple white rectangle underneath, so that this area that's actually see-through is on a white background. And I select my color here to white. All right, and I'm gonna put it underneath the artwork. All right, and it looks like our label is done. I'm so excited to see this. Okay, it already looks like something, right? I mean, of course, you can see that the shadows here are not perfect. Let's see what we can do with that. Okay, no, I mean it's already a good visualization. It's just that the mock-up is not meant for bright design, but we can see what the options here are. Take away those shadows. It already makes it more realistic, I would say. Yeah, what do you guys think? Ryan Graff is saying bingo. Anna is asking, do you have to export the artwork to save as an asset in your CC library? No, of course not. Look, what I did was I just took my artwork, just take whatever you need and just drag and drop it into your library. Okay, that's it. It's done, it's already here. And then when you open Photoshop, you have all the artwork available here because it's synced all over Adobe apps. So yeah, so it's really exciting how it turns out. I'm really excited about this. Okay, now let's see. Here's also an option to change the bottle color. Let's see if we can change it to something else. Color picker. What are we gonna make it? Of course, you have to be very careful here with the color because naturally colors look a little different than. So for example, if I pick this yellow, it doesn't look natural at all. In real life, it will look something like this, maybe with a little bit more grayish. But I'm just gonna go ahead and not add any color. I'm just gonna keep it black because I think it looks already really stylish. And I would definitely snag this bottle away from the shelf in the market. let's go ahead and create another version of this. So I'm going to export this. Of course, there's more details to work on, this little stripe here, but since we don't have a lot of time, I'm just going to go ahead and export this for you guys so you can see how to export something like that. So since I'm going to be publishing this for the screen, I'm going to just do a quick export as JPEG. Okay, desktop, save. Okay, now let's go ahead and replace the artwork with our other label. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this artwork invisible. I'm gonna create a new layer, and I'm going to pull in this artwork. Which one did we do before? Energize and refresh. So now we're doing Power Girl. And I'm going to do it as I did before. In the best case, if you want to design something that fits on a mockup, what you do here is you go ahead and look at the proportions. So you just look at the size of the artboard, and then you create an Illustrator according to that. Okay, Tunch is saying, this is elegant, thank you. Thank you. Tony saying, looks awesome, looks cool. Cool, awesome. Yeah, in 5 minutes, we're gonna be reviewing your Daily Creative Challenge submissions. SH Suman is asking, can you mock up the design on Adobe Dimension? Yes, I would love to, but I'm scared that my computer is going to crash, or you guys are not gonna see me anymore. So I would love to do that, but you will see I will mock some up in Dimension and put them on the Behance project, so you will see how it looks if you use a 3D model. The waves lines are missing. That's a really good point. I don't know why they're missing. Maybe when I was saving my asset, I did not properly select all the objects, or maybe because it was. Maybe I remember why. I remember what I did. So I locked the object. If you lock the object, then you when you copy paste it, it's not gonna be there because you haven't selected it. So what I do now to unlock my objects is Command Option and 2. So I unlock those, and let me save those once more real quick. I'm gonna remove all the other ones so I don't get confused. Oops. No, that's not what I want. I want to see my library. Okay, it's for some reason showing me the similar ones. Let's see. Current library, there we go. Okay. Okay, so we are back at our library. In 2 minutes, we're gonna be reviewing some of your daily creative challenges. So stay tuned. And I'm going to remove this one, and I'm going to remove the pink and the blue ones. Just gonna remove them all and put them back again. So now I have everything selected. My lines don't have any more, are not locked anymore. So again, dragging and dropping into my CC library, dragging and dropping back to Photoshop. We're going to delete this one. And yes, we have a little question mark here, if you can see, because the links are not existing anymore because I have deleted those. So I'm just going to delete both of those layers, and we're going to create a new layer, which I have already done. And I'm going to, what did we place here? We placed Energize and Refresh. So now we're gonna do the girl one, and see, the lines are back. The lines are back, yes. Awesome. Awesome possum. Let's see if this works. Okay. And now to apply this design to the mockup, I just close it and it asks me if I want to save it. And yes, of course I do want to save it. So now I have my girl power. Whoop whoop. Okay, so now I'm gonna export that. Quick export as JPEG. Good enough for me. Mockup. I can name those also. Girl power. I am so excited to review some of your challenges now. Super cool. Alright guys, let's move to our Discord channel and see what you guys have produced today. I am so excited. Okay, the challenge. Let's see. I'm going to refresh this so I see all of your guys' work. Designer Javid is asking, how can I upload my work to Daily Creative Challenge? So above the chat there is a little challenge tab, and it should guide you to the, you can participate, you can get the starter file, and then you can go to the community chat, which is this Discord channel, which we all chat and give each other feedback. So there you post your artwork at the challenge hashtag. So go to the challenge hashtag and post it. Maybe I will be able to see it in a little bit. Okay, I can see there is a lot of fun going on here. All right, so let's take a look at some of your artwork. Okay. All right, let's start here at Chelsea, and we're gonna go down all the way. All the other ones above this, I'm going to be reviewing some of your challenges afterwards. So make sure to tag me if you want your Daily Creative Challenge reviewed, and I'm definitely going to get back to you with a more detailed review. Okay, this is looking really interesting here. I hope you guys can see it well. This little monster reminds me of this monster movie. Wow, the rocket flames came out really cool. Very interesting shapes here. Doom. Yeah, that's how I sometimes feel when being at home too much. Yeah, I think the color palette is really cool, and you did a really good job applying the gradients here. It came out really nice. I also like how you place the shadow here, so you can see how bright actually this light from the rocket and from the moon is. So yeah, good job. This is work by Chelsea. Awesome. Okay. Oh, this is the challenge from the past days, creating a character. Super fun. You guys should definitely take a look at other people's work. It's so much fun. Okay. Yeah, this is really cool. I love this. I mean, I love geometric shapes like that. The only thing I would avoid is that the neck is in front of the face, so I would put that one in the background. And also what I noticed here is that the weight of the lines is not always the same. I would try and keep it the same, just because maybe the eyes can be a little bit more, have a little bit more stroke weight. But for example, if you look here on the neck and the face, I feel like the neck has a little bit more thickness to it. And also, of course, I will put the face in the front, place it in the front of the neck, so it doesn't pop out here like that. Otherwise, great job. This is by TX Philly. Cool. I have seen some of you guys just started using Illustrator literally a couple of days ago, and I'm so impressed by the work that you guys are already producing. It's amazing. Cool. Distortion shapes in Illustrator. Yeah, cool. I love this shape that kind of keeps on merging to other shapes and other colors. It almost looks like some kind of lava or some kind of liquids, you know, coming together. Oh, it actually reminds me of this trick where you have milk in a bowl and then you drip color in it, different colors, and when you take a brush with soap and touch this color, it kind of starts spreading on top of this milk. It looks really cool. It's a really cool experiment for like kids, you know, to not be bored all the time. Yeah, cool. I really like this texture in the background also. It gives it very much character, and the colors kind of work together. This is really cool. And also implemented the character designs here. Really cool. What I would like to suggest you is that you can maybe avoid situations like this here. Let me zoom in real quick. So here you kind of have this element of a line, right? This line element, and then you're kind of crossing through the text, which makes it not very good legible. So I would try to avoid the situation and maybe place the text somewhere above, or excuse me, or maybe create some kind of box around the text that makes it easier to read and that doesn't have this, you know, cross through. It also works if you would have applied a different color to this white line here. If you would have made it maybe light gray or maybe like a darker gray, you would still see that something is popping out, but there would not be this situation happening. Hopefully this is helpful. George Car 3. Cool. Oh yeah, okay, so this is cool. This is a mock-up where you probably applied your initials, right? Marcelo. I think this is really cool. It almost reminds me of those days when I used to paint with a marker on my coffee cups in in school. So yeah, it reminds me of that. It looks really cool. I kind of like this. This situation here in the beginning of this. I'm not sure. I think it's an M maybe, right? For Marcelo. Maybe make it a little bit more, if you want to add another curve here and make it look more like an M, that would be a solution. But right now it kind of looks like you kind of like tried if the marker is writing or not and then kind of made the curve. So yeah, maybe like here, the little curve would help. Otherwise, great job. Irene, thanks for submitting this one. I come in peace. Do you guys all believe in aliens? I kind of do. I don't believe that we are the only ones here in the universe. So I think the aliens will be smarter than us and will really come in peace. Not like the humans, always at war. Yeah, so I really like the way you distorted it here. I see a little situation happening here. Sorry, I'm using the word situation so much today. The E, there is this little nipple here. I would remove it maybe. And then I would leave a little bit more space between the words. So you can see, so it's not reading come in, but it reads come in peace. It's just a little bit more helpful for the eye, you know, so that people who see your design can read it better. Otherwise, I think they're really cool colors. You worked here with a gradient, super cool. Kind of reminds me of a sunset, but this green part kind of looks mysterious too, and it leads back to the little monster or alien or whatever it is. Yeah, awesome, good job. Okay, Christy is asking question about the guys who applied the challenge today. How many days or months have you guys been using the software? Yeah, let us know. Just write your amount of months or years in the chat, so we kind of get a feeling for each other. Who is a beginner? Who is a little bit more advanced? It will also be interesting to know from me. Okay, Sage Suman is asking, have you made any tutorial or video about Adobe Dimension? I have not yet, but you can see me using Dimension in another stream that I did before, right before this one. It was also a graphic design stream, and there I have mocked up some packaging as well in Dimension. I think Dimension is really cool. It's a really cool app to play with, and just because it's so connected to all the other apps through the libraries. I think it's really easy to access and to use. I even use it for my client work. Recently, I've been working on a client project where I was designing packaging for a baby teether. So for that, I also mocked up things in Dimension. Okay, where did we stop? Right here, flower garden. Wow, this is a lot of color and texture. I have showed you before, right? The pencil tool and the way you can... Oh, wait a second, this is Photoshop. Let's go to Illustrator. Let's collapse this. Okay, so if you choose the pencil tool, right? There is, if you go into properties, okay. If you choose the pencil tool, there is tool options up here. And to avoid situations like this where kind of the clouds that are actually really soft and really smooth get this edgy, what you can do is you can smoothen your pencil tool while sketching. Okay, so that will help you create way smoother clouds. And because right now it kind of reminds me, especially the texture you applied, it kind of reminds me of like granite or some kind of very, very hard material. So I think that will be helpful, and maybe just even the texture can be like really smooth, or can be gradient, just a gradient without any of this noise that's in here. Yeah, otherwise great job. I really like the way you experimented here with different shapes. Flower garden, cool. The sun looks crazy. The sun looks like it's having like a light show party going on. And this green is very catches my attention right away. So that you definitely achieved. Here I see a little situation happening. Again, the word situation. Okay, so where the flower is kind of in the front of the rest of the flower, so I would put this part, the green part, in the back, just a layer back. And otherwise, really cool. Again, I Come in Peace by Gax. Cool. This almost looks like an arm to me. I don't know if that's the purpose, but if you don't want it to look like an arm, I would maybe use one of these colors, or maybe even this one, just because it's the same color as the monster, and the eye kind of connects these two objects just because they're connected visually. So think about how the person perceives your artwork and what they see, which order they see things. I think that the typeface used is really easy to read, and it's really great. The rocket going up in the back, amazing. This almost looks, it almost reminds me of like when there is some scent coming from somewhere. So it's also very interesting. I like the shapes you did here. It kind of reminds of mountains or like a rocky surface. Good job, Gax. Ooh, Abby, you did a great job. I love the color palette. It's all very 90s, very poppy colors. I love this combination of this pink and this, I don't know how to call it, blue-green, dark turquoise or something like that. This just came out really cool. The rocket is already taking off all the way. The flames came out amazing. Just because you can see the most light is in the center, and it's almost like a white color, and then you have this yellow as a transition to this orange, which is more warm and reminds more of flames. And on top of that, you could even add more red here on the edges. But this is already really cool. I love the geometric style of your rocket. And if you look at the background, this is really great. I mean, this looks very interesting to me. Those rocks look really cool in the background too. Cool, Abby, good job. Amazing, you guys are so good. Cool. All right, I'm just looking if you guys have any questions or anything. Okay, Michael is asking where can I find the previous live streams of Adobe Dimension of Julia. So you can either go onto the replays, but you probably have to scroll a while back, or you can go onto YouTube and you can look up my name on YouTube. And this is where you will find all the streams that I had before. So the previous stream, that's like 2 months ago, I think, was with Dimension. Or maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, something like that. All right, then we have a bunch of memes here coming up. Also very funny. Okay, let's jump to the next one. And we only have a couple minutes left, so this will be the last one for now. And I promise I'm gonna review the other ones a little bit later in the Discord channel. It's summer! Yay! I can't wait for the summer. Here in Colorado, it always gets cold and warm and cold and warm, so you never know what the weather will do the next day. So yeah, I kind of like this. This airplane almost looks like a pencil, just because this front tip has a color to it. So really interesting. I love the way you combine the shapes. They're not really connected, but since they're so close together, the eye kind of does the job. Cool. I love the monster. Put the legs in the back. Put the legs in the back. Otherwise it looks like the legs are popping out and they don't belong to the body. Yeah, I would definitely put them behind this yellow object, just like you did with the other ones. Did a great job. I really love these. They almost remind me of ice creams and summer. Cool. Awesome. Thanks all of you guys for tuning in. I see there's a lot of you guys watching, which is amazing. Cool. We come in peace. Yay, great. Okay. All right, so this will be the last one then. The E should be, I believe it should be in the cap. That would be great, just because everything will then look the same. That would be amazing. Otherwise, great job with the color experiments. Yeah, came out really cool. Good job. This was by Kelly. All right, let's jump back to our design real quick. And let's finalize things, just because we only have a couple more minutes left. Okay, I already did a little dot here. Okay, let's go back to Photoshop. This is where we were mocking up our designs from Illustrator. Okay, I kind of like the way it looks already. I think I've exported this one. Let me see if I have that. I have this, I have that. Okay, now the last one is missing. The night vitamin, the recharge, and recover, or something like that. What did we say? It was whole body reboot. Whole body reboot. As you can see, this artwork is not precise at all. So I would not present anything like that to my client, because when we're gonna open the images later on, you will see that the logo will be placed differently in all of them, and the artwork will be placed differently. But it's just for you to get an idea how to do this. Okay. All right. Let's do this. The most exciting part is when you're saving it and applying it to the mockup. This is for me always like, how is it gonna look like? Okay, cool. Yeah, it does work. I can imagine some more information at the bottom saying, for example, 30, what did it say? 30 capsules or 100 capsules. And then name it dietary supplement or something like that. But yeah, it already looks like a real product. So let's export this one as well. Export as JPEG. Designer Javed is asking, when am I gonna stream again? Guys, it's really exciting. I'm gonna do the Daily Creative Challenge April, the third and fourth week of April. So I think it's gonna be on the 12th or on the 13th, something like that. I'm gonna start a whole 2 weeks of Daily Creative Challenges in Illustrator, so make sure to join there as well. It's gonna be so cool. We're gonna my aim is in this Daily Creative Challenge is to really go through the whole branding process. So after that, you will really have an idea on how to create brand guidelines and how to prepare things for the client, and you know, how to create assets, kind of like this one, but more in detail. And we can experiment together, we can practice together doing that, give each other feedback. Mockup, body reboot. Cool. All right, so we have our 3 images. I'm so excited to see all of them at the same time. It's going to be really cool. It's my favorite moment. All right, let's see. Has it exported yet? Has it exported yet? Okay, yes, it has now. Okay, I like to look at this with my preview. Okay, my preview popped up on the other window. Let's move it over here. Okay, guys, so we have our packaging here for our Lively brand, Lively. And it was super fun. What do you guys think? Actually, let me open them in 3 separate windows so we can see them side by side. It's going to be better, maybe. Okay. Cool. Akane is saying, wow, nice. Julia, thank you. Thanks, Bernadette. Akane is saying on bottle looks cooler. Yes, I agree with you 100%, because this is actually where you get an idea how things look like, because it's so difficult to imagine. If I would have shown my client my Illustrator file, he would shake his head and he would be like, what is this? What is this? I asked you for a packaging design. What is this? What is this stuff? So, yeah, we came a long way. We came a long way. And the best part is watching this, you know, become alive. And let's put them all side by side. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Okay. All right, side by side. I'm gonna make this small, just so that my computer doesn't overheat. Okay. All right, number 2. Wait, we have to make them smaller, so number 3 fits on it as well. Number 2. And let's open our number 3. What's missing? The yellow one. Open with preview. All right. Check this out, guys. Check this out. We have a whole product line developed in only 4 hours. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine this? I also could imagine it would be really cool if we had all of them kind of in one image, all of the bottles. That would be also really cool. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's take a look. So now imagine all of these 3 products standing in on one shelf, and they all kind of have their own little appeal, and they all have their own colors. But they do look like they belong together, right? So Bernadette is saying we'll definitely do some shopping. Yes, same. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Howard. Yeah, guys, make sure to stay tuned for Howard Pinsky. He's gonna be here right after me if you're interested in UI and UX design. Isabella is saying looks awesome. Thank you so much. Tunch is saying you can do this in Adobe Bridge, by the way. Review multiple images at the same time. Yes. My mostly used app is Preview though, so I feel comfortable with that. Yeah. Cool. I'm glad you guys like it. Palid is also saying looks great. Awesome. Thank you so much, Uruval. Thanks, guys, for all of you for coming here. And if you want to know more about my videos on my YouTube channel and so on, you can follow me on my Instagram page. Let's look at it real quick. Just because I really like to stay in touch with all of you guys, and you know, to inform you whenever there is something happening, and whenever I'm you know, going live on YouTube or Behance, or I'm doing my own videos. So make sure to follow me on Just Another Sony Girl. Okay, cool. I believe we are slowly coming to an end with you guys. It was so much fun. What a great 2 days. Thank you all so much for being here and yeah, giving in all your input. It's always great to work with so many creatives at the same time. Everybody has a little idea here and there, and yeah, together I believe it's so much more fun. And make sure to submit your daily creative challenges if you haven't yet. And yeah, otherwise I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.